Right. Hello. You see, this just reminds me of my shortcomings. Toy Fun is joining us. Hey, Leonard, you see? They know that I'm here, loitering until I get started. But no, I don't cover much in the way of toys, and I really should do more of that because, well, I should. Simple as. Yeah, okay. In future, I will do more, and I will cover more toy stuff. Andrew English is joining us. Good afternoon from London. I don't know what it's like for you at the moment, but the rain was biblical last night and this morning. But now it's straight back to being slightly humid, being all grim. Well, not grim. I'm actually one of those rare people that actually enjoys the warm weather. But there we go. Hopefully your day is starting or indeed winding down in fine style. Whatever you're up to, thank you very much indeed for joining us. There's some stuff we can talk about. There's certainly, it's not going to be the longest show because at this point the news is starting to settle down. We're starting to get one or two kind of booths and signing bits and pieces in, and we're slowly but surely getting some news in. But right now it's just kind of everyone's just settling in to get into the mood for Comic-Con next weekend, and that's when all the news really will explode out of the gate, because of course we'll know exactly what is being wrapped around the buildings. We'll know exactly who is going to be coming to certain panels, especially the Entertainment Earth ones, but we'll talk about that later on. Has the setup improved from yesterday? Yeah, just a touch. Thank you very much indeed to DJI for putting a real kibosh into my plans. Yeah, we're on the camera today, but no, it took a hard reset off the back of the update to the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, which I use as my not only as my cam out and about and my interview camera, but also my webcam. I'd like to get another one of these actually because they're really good. But that's what 500 quid. I think we'll hang fire on that. But no, the camera's up and running. Thank you very much indeed. For your thoughts and prayers, Andrew. Oh boy. Of course, anything that you want to talk about, do let us know in the comments. Anything you've spotted in the Comic-Con news, drop us a line, and we'll do what we can to discuss it on today's show. But with 8 days to go to San Diego Comic-Con, safe to say it's all about preparation for Hall H. So preparation H. Anywho, hello there, everybody. Welcome along to Talking Con, a cup of tea with Englishman in San Diego. And yet again, I don't have my hat, which is downstairs. But will this one do? I have this to hand. Actually, I always think this one suits me. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, maybe slightly rakish. Well, you know, the Comic-Con hats are downstairs, and I have no idea where all my flat caps have gone. They've gone vanished into the wind. It's rather disturbing. Well, welcome along to Talking Con, a cup of tea with Englishman in San Diego. My name is Len Sultana, and each and every Sunday, usually we're doing a live show to talk about comics, Comic-Cons, and all the stuff and nonsense we get to enjoy at such events. As we are prepping into San Diego Comic-Con week next Wednesday, well, next Thursday, right here, it says on the screen, 8 days to San Diego Comic-Con 2025. That has caused comments, and I've had people messaging me say, 8 days? Yes, 8 days to day one, official. Considering that we don't have any promos or previews on preview night, and it's only open for what, a couple of hours. You know what? I think it's safe to say preview night, that's for the hardcore. Day one is Thursday, 8 days away to the 24th. Looking forward to it, because at the end of the day, I'm slowly but surely shifting my brain, which is why I'm looking a little bit disheveled, because not a great deal of sleep at the moment. Because as of Friday-ish, I'm on holiday. I booked it months ago, thinking that I was going to be going to San Diego. And, well, the idea was that I was going to be kind of broadcasting from the show. But what I'm going to be doing is trying to stay up more California time. So I will be doing pictures and videos from the convention during the actual convention itself, and going to be doing a live show around 9:30, 10 o'clock. Let me know that, actually, because I'm wanting to do basically a daily Comic-Con show for people who are in the lines, getting themselves ready for the day. You know, they're waking up and going, oh, Comic-Con, yay. What time should I put that on? Jump in the comments and let me know, when should I be live on the days of San Diego Comic-Con. I'll be properly shaven, and I'll even put on a little bit of an attire. But basically, for the live shows, do let me know. Right. Things we could talk about then. Well, I mean, as you know, I get a lot of my updates from either the actual companies themselves. I get a lot of stuff from mail-outs and from friends that are involved in the con. But I also get it from my social media feed. So I have a social media feed for Threads, and I have a social media feed on Blue Sky as well. And well, this one caught my eye, considering it was the first thing that came up when I was setting up everything today, half an hour ago. Marvel's SDCC 2025 booth activities and information. Oh, that sounds exciting, right? Well, this has come from the unofficial blog, and to be honest, I suspect what they've done is put the page in place, because there's not actually a great deal of news at all. We do know that Marvel is going to be back on the show floor at booths 2329 and 2519. Again, this will be the second year of the booth being put together by a different team. I've yet to really find out who that team is, the promotion team. They don't seem to have the punch and vitality that Mike used to have when he ran the booth. But apparently it's going to have an immersive experience centered around the Fantastic Four. And while full details remain under wrap, the experience promises first family across comics, games, and film. And the booth journey is set to transport fans into the heart of the city to Yancey Street. Again, we have no idea what that's going to be. There's also cosplay events that have been announced actually on the booth on Thursday at 4 o'clock. You've got a Fantastic Four cosplay, and then at 1 p.m. on Friday for the 1240. I think that's actually supposed to say 1240 there as well. I don't know. Not Marvel 616, so all Marvel cosplay is welcome on the booth. Other than that, there's not a great deal else. We don't know anything about the merch that's going to be released. I mean, there's Marvel Unlimited stuff, so things including Herbie pins and a gift for membership. But other than the actual booth, safe to say that headline is a little disarming, because at the moment there isn't a great deal to announce when it comes to Marvel. For myself, on the Convention Collective, I've got one or two bits and pieces that went up, including a non San Diego Comic-Con story. My word, that was a fresher breath there. We got Absolute Evil for DC Comics, but we do have a lot of stuff when it comes to San Diego Comic-Con. So we've got the new Titan, we got the Shout Studio stuff, Dark Horse as well. There is some stuff that's going to be going up once I've finished, because I keep getting the emails through, and I do want to get as many of them up as I possibly can. So, for example, Bad Idea, I'll be posting what they've got coming out as well. And also, what Age of Revelation? Oh, that's Spider-Man. That's actual comics news. We don't care about that, do we? So yeah, there's some stuff that I'll be posting up, including the information about the Rob Liefeld exclusive giant size Youngblood 1 signing and panel, which he's going to be doing throughout the course of his weekend. But there is a panel that I want to kind of talk about today, and then we'll go into what's happening around downtown, which is something that got shared to us on the press list. And to be honest, it sounds fascinating as hell. This is Autism in Comic Books. It's a panel which is going to be shining fantastic spotlight on autism representation. This is obviously geared around Fantastic Four, but it is, for me, a hidden gem. It's going to be taking place was the Marriott Marquis Hotel, room 11 at 1 p.m. on the Sunday. This is Autism in Comic Books, which is going to be hosted by Britton Payne, along with writer-illustrator Rebecca Burgess and Britton's 9-year-old daughter Eleanor, okay, on her first Comic-Con panel, which I think is just so cute. But it's talking about the history of autistic characters in comic books and how comics as a medium can foster a modern understanding of autism amongst its readers and creators. I mean, there's a couple of tidbits that came across in the teaser for this particular panel, which was interesting. There aren't that many autistic characters in pop culture, even though the CDC currently estimates that 1 in 31 kids is autistic. In the world of comic book publishing, with tens of thousands of characters in its 85-year history, only 35 are autistic. That number has been a recent improvement, especially if you include the leader of the Fantastic Four in writer Ryan North's current run, Reed Richards, aka Mr. Fantastic. This sounds like a fascinating panel, and not only that, but the guy, and well, indeed, all three of them are really going all out to kind of really dive into the topic of what comics can do to represent autism, and also just educate as well, considering that all of the heroes that we know about clearly are on the spectrum. So it's how they process that information, how they process and then overcome to do good things in the world. So this is from Britton Payne, Rebecca Burgess, and Eleanor Payne, who's a 4th grade inclusion advocate. Now that's a thing to stick on your CV, age 9, isn't it? Something impressive. Sunday, 29th of July, 1 p.m. in the Marriott Marquis, room 11. If you find yourself footloose and fancy free, and if it's something that could possibly interest you, I would suggest checking this out, because that sounds very, very cool indeed. Speaking of panels, I mean, there's plenty of stuff that's up and running. I mean, the Top Cow lineup, including Mark Silvestri and Matt Hawkins on a panel. You've also got a huge Titan Comics lineup. But I want to mention about this Dark Horse. To be fair, Dark Horse, it's an interesting post that I put up, and it's an interesting release that they sent out to us. The Dark Horse announcement for over the course of the weekend, taking over booth 21615, right in the center of the comics area, right in the middle of the exhibition floor. They're being a bit disingenuous on their release, because yes, it is Dark Horse talent, but it's Dark Horse adjacent as well. So, for example, in the release, it also talks about Resident Alien, which is based on a Dark Horse book. Yes. But it's very kind of oblique. To be fair, though, they are getting most of the talent that are on such shows on sort of for signings, which is just very impressive. So the likes of Wendy and Richard Penny from ElfQuest, Jeff Lemire, who's going to be signing for Black Hammer, Matt Kint and Margie Kint for Guild Frame, James Tinian, Tate Brumble, and Sue Lee for The Oddly Pedestrian Life of Christopher Chaos. A whole bunch of people for Patton, Oswald, Joyce Bloom, Timmy Hague for Minor Threats, and also the Archie versus Minor Threats sign-off as well. So big stuff. Cavan Scott is someone to add to my list, as is George Mann as well. of Brits that are heading out to San Diego Comic-Con. They're going to be appearing on the booth for the Star Wars Hyperspace Stories and the High Republic Adventures. Like I say, there's still a very small number of Brits that are heading out, and they will be definitely getting Dark Horse to sign off on their visa. But like, yeah, it's when you get down to stuff like Resident Alien cast and showrunner is going to be on the table prior. I think it's prior after their panel on Friday. That's going to be at 6 to 6:50. Alan Tudyk, Sarah Tomko, Corey Reynolds, Alice Wetterland, and Chris Sheridan for a 45-minute, let's be generous, signing. It's going to be very difficult to fit as many people as you can in that little lot. Dark Horse and Comixology. So Barnstormers. So Kim Joy, Michael Conrad, Scott Snyder, Tula Lote. This is all on the Saturday. Stephanie Phillips as well. David Dashmalian is going to be joining for Count Crowley and Headless Horseman Annual. And also Jodie Hauser is going to be there for the Stranger Things and Dungeons and Dragons signing as well. All interesting stuff. This is all on the Saturday, including a panel here, which is very small, and you might not have caught it, but title to be announced from Nathan Fillion and Heath Corson. So Nathan Fillion is writing a comic book. Hello. That's a little bit new. And Sin City Frank Miller. Well, it was a Dark Horse book originally. So, yeah, Frank Miller's in town, obviously, for his special guest status at Comic-Con. And he's going to be on the booth 6 to 6:50. Again, it's how many people they can fit through the door. And on that line for Frank Miller, because there'll be a fair few people wanting stuff signed, although limit 1 free print and 1 other item to be signed by per person. No witness signatures. Oh, dear. So, yeah. It could be interesting. The Sunday looks brilliant, considering you've got Karina Becco, who's going to be there from the World of Ghosts, Rich Dueck as well from Drive Like Hell and Heartbeat. So the full creative team for Helena Windorn. So if you want to get your issue number 1 of Helena Windorn signed, that would be something cool. And of course, Stan Sakai is going to be there as well for Yozaki Yojimbo between 12 and 12:50. Shelley Bond, good to see her kicking about. Neil Halford, Mark Caldwell for Heroes of Might and Magic. A hell of a list, but like I say, a couple of oblique kind of Dark Horse references. Dark Horse. They've just managed to kind of get them on. Some great panels there as well. Do check it out on theconventioncollective.com for all of the updates on that. Dark Horse announcing their bits and pieces. But the other thing that I wanted to kind of go into today, apparently buried in the Age of Revelation email, was an SDCC tidbit. So tell you what, I'm going to open that up while we have a look at this as well. This is being very generously sent to us by Chuck Cook, who I don't think is joining us today. But Chuck decided to have a bit of a wander around San Diego downtown yesterday. So yesterday evening, it's 6:15, so 10:15 in the morning. Basically, I don't think they'll have done anything over the course of the night. So this is as up to date, I think, as we could possibly say for the images of what's happening around downtown. Considering that, and I mentioned this on social media, and I got not shouted down. I had 1 or 2 people going, "No, maybe not." Is it me, or are they doing these wraps a little early? Usually they would do wraps, in my mind, over the course of the weekend and from Monday. Certainly the big buildings, so that people who are coming into town, they're seeing the thing come together. So either they are deciding, you know what, we're not going to take up too much space. We've got all the bloody cranes out and we've got everything up, holding up space. Let's get them done before everyone shows up into town over the weekend. So we've got the streets clearer and we don't have to kind of negotiate around them. Or it's a case of they're going to be up on the buildings. Let's get these wraps up, considering that come 6 o'clock on Sunday evening, those wraps get ripped down off the buildings like they're embarrassed that we were even in town. Get those Comic-Con nerds out of our city. We've got their money now. Bugger off. So let's have a little bit more promotion time out. Let's have some more mileage out of these wraps, perhaps. So, yeah, I did get myself a little bit of a message as well. He kind of talked me through the pictures that he took. I've also just realized I haven't had the really nice mic on. Tell me if there's a difference. Oh, yeah. Tell me if there's a difference on that microphone now, because I've gone for the clip-on mic that you do, and what I do is I stick it on the stand. Let me know if that's a little bit better with the sound. Anyway, let's have a look at what we've got here. So, Chuck Cook talking about what's actually being able and seen downtown. So the Pendry is AMC Walking Dead. No surprise there. The Paramount Plus Lodge banner is going up next to Happy Does. And Sony has the Omni, some movie that I can't see enough of to guess, and some anime-looking thing as well. You know who that could be, considering how big they are going with the anime this year. Yeah, okay. AMC Paramount Plus is wrapping the 12-part apartments with Dexter. So that's with the Dexter Revelations, or the Origins prequel series. AMC Plus is wrapping at least part of the Hilton Gaslamp with their Shudder streaming lineup. And there are 2 barges with a super wooden structure being built behind the convention center, which I assume will be the Voodoo Ranger Punk Pirate Shipwreck Bar. And lastly, the Pac-Man Cafe is already open on 6th Avenue next to the Gaslamp Petco entrance in the former City Taco space. They will serve nachos, ramen, and quesadillas, as well as sweets, slushies, and mango shaved ice. Apparently, he emailed me some shots the other day, but I didn't see them. I'd have to have a look at those. Apparently, Esri went big this year. Esri is, of course, the geomapping and data collating conference that takes place the weekend before San Diego Comic-Con, or the week before San Diego Comic-Con. And they went full on, apparently, with city branding. So there's still plenty of Esri stuff around. Modest banners on the Bayfront Hilton and the Marriott. The Marriott one will have to come down before the SDCC one, and that's presumably going to be Paramount with Star Trek, perhaps. So there we go. What else we got here? Fandom Ventures. Hello there, Veronica. I'll be heading down to the convention center on Sunday. If you can get down there for 10 o'clock, do you want to do a live stream with us? That'd be rather cool. So there we go. Fandom Ventures. Veronica she rocks. Follow her as much as you possibly can. Solicitor Smeg has turned around and said, exclusive cover, or I'm going to have to ask my cousin to get me the Image Exquisite Comics Unchosen One and Assorted Crisis Events, since I can't make it this year. I totally hear you on that one, Squire. There's some amazing covers. The Dan Panosian Conan is gorgeous. So let's go through these. Let's have a look. So, yeah, we've got ourselves The Walking Dead. This is, of course, Daryl Dixon with that spin-off as well. And, yes, the signage is going up for the Lodge. So all of this, the Happy Docs, will be completely covered, and they'll do everything what's going on. So, yeah, they're going all out. Again, I think that might be the thing. They're deciding, tell you what, instead of putting the cranes and the cherry pickers up over the course of the week of San Diego Comic-Con, when you've got all of these people hitting downtown, you've got all the businesses that are wanting that money, they're wanting the downtown cash, and they're wanting the funds from all of the people that are attending San Diego Comic-Con. At the end of the day, they're going to want to have those people feel welcome and not have to trip up or go over around cherry pickers. So I think it may be a case of get town set up sooner, so there's all of that out of the way. Okay, anime thing. Yeah, that's going to be the panel that's on the Saturday, and whose name has completely eluded me for a second. Is it One Punch? No, it's not. Oh, it's going to bother me. But there we go. Oh, Dexter. Okay, he's alive and killing it. It is the new Dexter series. Let's just see if we can just zoom in a little bit on that. There we go. Dexter Morgan's Dead Resurrection. That was it. So there we go. That's the view of the apartments. And then you've got just, I think it's one last picture. I suspect. Let's have a look. This is happening down on the back of the marina. That is a floating raft, which is going to host the party that's going to be taking place, which is the Voodoo Ranger Punk Pirate Shipwreck Bar. That's going to be hosted right in the middle of the marina there. Don't know if that boat's still going to be there, but the boats like to stay there because, well, they are, they're paying a lot of money to have their yachts moored up. Demon Slayer, thank you very much indeed, Andrew English. It is, of course, the final panel of the Saturday before Mr. Kevin Smith takes over. What else we got? Nothing yet, as we could see, as to the Omni. Let's have a quick zoom in and see if we can work out what this could possibly be. Is that a lift shaft? It's the top of a building. In theaters, October 12 from Sony. Well, I'll tell you what then. Film release schedule. Sony. Upcoming movies. 2025. Let's have a look. So we're talking October. Let's have a look. Fixed. Oh, hi. Anaconda. Caught Stealing. Don't think it's going to be Eleanor the Great, do you? And as of right now, upcoming Sony movies, that's about it. As for what I can see, I mean, it could be a K-pop Demon Hunters, but we've had that around the other side, so that's unlikely it's going to be that. It could be Fixed. Is it December or is it October? December 12th is the only Friday, so we're looking at December. Okay, all right. I like this kind of forward thinking. Although IMDb is not showing much in the way of December releases. Ah, dear. Let's have a look. I'm trying. I am trying. That's what you did. Well, oh, okay. So Dan Berry is saying it could be either September, okay, or it could be September or December. Thank you very much indeed for making that a little bit more awkward. Well, it ain't Anaconda because that's December 25th. And I'm not seeing much else. Caught Stealing? The Aronofsky thing? Who knows? Sony is releasing the animated movie Scarlet, directed by Haruno Asada, in theaters on December 12th. Could it possibly be that? We have no idea. And does that look animated? That looks like a photo. So I don't know if it's that. So there we go. We'll find out more as that wrap continues to go up. Of course, it is going to be the full size of the building, so we've got a little bit further to go upwards as well. So clues, who knows? But thanks for a little bit of, it looks like a little bit of detective work. Thank you very much indeed. Dan Berry, Spinal Tap 2, The End Continues. That comes out September 12th. That'd be nice. I mean, the thing is, September. It looks like it could be only in theaters. September could be. There we go. And Andrew English is saying it looks like Demon Slayer Castle. I think it's more of a photo than that. I don't know if it's going to be the idea, but no. September 12th. Spinal Tap. The End Continues. So is that what we're putting as odds on? Are we? Spinal Tap. Fair enough. Okay, we've got ourselves some more Shudder stuff that's going to be on the Hilton. So Late Night with the Devil, Dangerous Animals. I have no idea what that one is. The Creep? Who knows? So that's going up on the side of the Hilton gas lamp. And over by the back of the Padres, we have the Pac-Man Cafe, which is open now by all accounts, over at the J Street space. Whoa! Okay. I mean, admittedly, the LED stuff looks decidedly tacked on. Okay, fair enough. But you can go along and play Pac-Man to your heart's content at the J Street space. To be fair, they're going all out with branding a cafe, and they got the ladders out. Fair enough. I mean, okay, that looks a little bit more like it, but it still looks like it's been taped on. Hell, that looks like it's just come from an IKEA, and that could look very rude. Waka waka, indeed. So there you go. Thank you very much indeed to best friend of the booth, to the podcast, to Chuck, for sending those pictures. That was great. And like Veronica says, she could be down at the convention center, or downtown perhaps, or she's heading down to the convention center. She'll try, depending on the time of the meeting. Okay, don't know what meeting that is. Maybe it's the meeting she's got from work. Who knows? But no, I think I know what that might be. Depending on the time of the meeting, it is the convention center on Sunday. At the end of the day, there are meetings going on, especially on Sunday. It is the CCI committee meeting that is held in the Marriott Marquis. That's on Sunday. Been very dry for the last couple of years, but to be fair, I like going because, well, I'm not technically invited, so I kind of sneak in. But lots of interesting information comes out of that one. Easiest bit of branding, just cut out a triangle out of a little baby bell and wrapped in red wax. Take the red wax on, you got yourself a Pac-Man. Absolutely. That's how it works. Excellent stuff. Thank you very much indeed to Chuck for getting those pictures to us. Very much appreciated. Thank you, Squire. Right. That, I think, is about it for today. Like I say, we are posting more stuff on the conventioncollective.com. So please do head over to there and follow us on the socials as well for all of the bits and pieces that we've got going up on the website. We do have a special guest tomorrow, or special guests, apparently, because we've got ourselves good friends at a magazine which is printed throughout the course of the year, but they do a special print edition for San Diego Comic Con, which is Den of Geek. Den of Geek are good friends of ours. They've always been a good laugh. Not only that, but the guys from Den of Geek are always great to kind of meet up with and shoot the proverbial. Really good. They are doing something very special with their magazine this year, and they're doing it with a little bit of an AR twist. Okay, so a bit of an augmented reality thing. We are going to be speaking to the tech guys behind that. They haven't told us a lot about what's going on. They're keeping it very much under wraps, and apparently it's going to be an exclusive tomorrow on the show to talk about this. Okay, so I think it's rather cool. We'll find out more if you join us tomorrow, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. GMT. One more time, and I'll give you a minute. Okay, just tell me on the live shows that I'm going to be running on Thursday to Sunday of the con. Okay, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, 5 days. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 4 days. I'm going to be doing a live show and a live stream the morning of the con. So basically, it's going to cover the news from the week, the day before, collate all the stuff that happened throughout the course of the previous day, any last-minute news and information, and also things to possibly look forward to for the day to come. People are going to be lining up, and they're going to be wanting to get into the room and into the convention center. They're going to be sat there in a queue doing nothing, and I would like to do this live show. What time should I be going live? Pacific, should it be 9 o'clock, 9:30, or 10 o'clock? What do you think? It's going to be like a half an hour, 45-minute show just to kind of like talk about the things that's happened at San Diego Comic-Con and what people can expect out of their following day. Okay? What do you think? Give us a time in the comments. 30 seconds. Okay? That's about us for the day. I hope you've enjoyed it. Once again, do please follow us on the socials. Englishman SDCC will be at some point between now and Monday. We are going to be switching over from Englishman SDCC to the Convention Collective socials, and I will be posting pretty much exclusively on there. It will be the updates from the convention, what's happening on the floor, things that you might be wanting to keep your eye open for. Maybe you're in the vicinity and might want to get to a bit of a photo op, or if there's something special that's happening then and you want to get to, go to the socials, especially onto Blue Sky, and hit the notification on the account, because that's what's going to be happening from Monday-ish. Okay. Right. Nobody has commented. Nobody has said. So at some point, I'm going to have a bit of a think and think about when I can do this live stream daily show for San Diego Comic-Con. All right. Once again, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you enjoyed this, if you want to see more. And it tells you when we're going live tomorrow. Live special show with the Den of Geek Boys with 7 days out from San Diego Comic-Con. From me to you, thank you very much indeed for your company, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care.